What areas do you want to see the Browns address in free agency? What areas do you think can wait till the draft?
I'm going to go off what you said earlier about needing NFL resume guys on your defense as soon as possible. I mean, if in fact the Browns are going to strike for an AFC North title, and it's AFC North or bust, you need to get, you can't rely on the draft, to a draft pick to suddenly plug alongside of, let's say, Ogunjobi. So I'm looking at DT, and I'm looking at linebacker for sure. And I would think if they're going to spend a lot of money, it would be at linebacker.
Yeah, if you get a guy that, you know, and again, it's going to cost you a lot to get a Mosley or a Barr, but if you get guys like that, multiple Pro Bowl guys, I think that makes your ends in Vernon and Garrett that much more effective, because now there's a presence in the middle that really needs to be addressed. And I know they don't necessarily rush the passer, but it's another level of the defense that you need to account for.
All right, and they still have, as we said, Agba. They still have Avery. Not still have Avery. I mean, Avery's a piece. So it's not like they're desperate to fill spots, but they clearly need they could use upgrades. All right, if you don't upgrade there, you're not devastated. But I think defensive line and linebacker, especially linebacker. Now again, I said it before. I wasn't a Collins fan.
Yeah.
I don't know that many people were Jamie Collins fans in this town, because it seemed like for every 2 plays he was on, 1 play he took off. But he still was functional in certain areas, and certainly against the run. So they're going to need at least 1 impact linebacker.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing about Collins is Collins was athletic, could get to the ball, and tackled reasonably well. I won't say he was a great tackler, but he was quick, he got to the ball, and he made the tackle a lot.
And, Dave, the reason we haven't mentioned offense is because, well, you've got Mayfield, you've got Landry, you have Higgins, I think is going to be a good player in this league. Mm-hmm. If he stays healthy for 16 games, he'll put up numbers. You have Njoku. You have Duke Johnson Jr.
Chubb.
You have Nick Chubb. You have potentially Kareem Hunt down the line. Maybe Perriman. Maybe you bring him back. The line is really good. Even though you lose Zeitler, here comes Corbett, a guy that was drafted by Dorsey. Mm-hmm. So that's a logical move for John Dorsey to say, you know what? I'm going to take a little bit of a hit offensively to get my edge bookend with Garrett and Vernon. And my contingency or my plan to replace Zeitler or try to replace him is with one of my guys.
Right.
You know, a guy drafted high. So the offense, I'm not going to say it's arrived. I'm not going to say it's a 30-point-a-game offense. But you look around and you like what you see, especially at the controls of, Kitchens and Monken. You figure those 2 guys are going to be able to bring out the best in what this offense already has.
And the other thing is, Corbett doesn't have to be as good as Kevin Zeitler. He probably won't be as good as Kevin Zeitler. Zeitler graded out as one of the best guards in football. If he's 85% of Kevin Zeitler, that's a pretty good football player, and that is what the Browns need from that offensive line.